Ladies and gentlemen, we'll get started here in about 5 minutes. 5 minutes. Feel free to grab a seat if you're there in the back. Ladies and gentlemen, if you'll join us here towards the front, there is still some space along the sides. A few chairs. We'll get started here. A few seconds. Good morning and welcome to the IUPUI Campus Center. It's my distinct pleasure to welcome everyone here as we celebrate a wonderful day here on the campus of IUPUI, and particularly for IUPUI athletics, as we introduce a new basketball coach. So before we even get started, I want you to join me in welcoming and congratulating the next men's basketball coach of IUPUI, Jason Gardner. Jason, Jackie, and all your family here, it's good to have you home. I'm sure you are tremendously enthused to be home with this great outpouring of love from your family. It's a wonderful time for Jason to be taking over our program this fall. Our men's basketball team will move to the Coliseum at the State Fairgrounds for competition. For anyone interested in ticket information, that is available on the table behind the media stand with how to sign up for information for tickets for this fall. My name is John Rasmussen. I'm the Associate Athletics Director for External Affairs for the IUPUI Athletics Department. And I'm happy to set the schedule as we go through here these next few minutes. First, we'll have the opportunity to hear from our Director of Athletics, Mike Moore, who will introduce Coach Gardner. Following Jason's remarks, the media will have some opportunity for some one-on-ones with the coach and with Mike. I'd ask that you coordinate that with Ed Holdaway. Ed's our Assistant Athletic Director for Sports Information. He's back in the back. Hopefully most of the assembled media knows Ed. Before I turn over the mic to Michael Moore, our Director of Athletics, a few housekeeping and thank you notes. First, standard reminder, if you wouldn't mind vibrating your cell phones there so we won't have any interruptions. I'd like to thank our Spirit Squad in the back, the cheerleaders, and our mascot up front. Thank you guys for coming out on short notice. We're going to get you involved in some pictures here when we're done this morning. I'd like to thank the Campus Center staff. They've got a wonderful staff here. Joe Hayes, Michael Sprinkle, Brian Fetter, and everyone that helped us set up with this. So from the athletics department staff, wherever you guys are at, thank you very much. For me, I know this was short notice to try to get that squared away. Our former men's basketball players, we've got some here in the crowd today, and I want to thank them for coming out. Our J Club, our former Letter Winners Association, they've been tremendously supportive through this process. They know the importance of moving forward with our men's basketball program. So I want to thank them for coming out today and supporting us. And finally, we'll get into the meat of it here. I'll turn over the microphone to IUPUI Director of Athletics, Michael Moore.
Thanks, John. I just wanted to spend a few minutes and talk about the attributes that we were looking for when we started the search for the men's basketball head coaching position. We were looking for someone with high integrity and a commitment to doing things the right way. We were looking for someone who had connections in the state of Indiana, and more specifically in the city of Indianapolis. We were looking for someone who, quite frankly, had a pedigree, someone who had been around the game, had been around individuals who could mentor him and sort of show him the right way to do things. But we also were looking for someone who had a passion for IUPUI. And it's very interesting because when these jobs open, sometimes we're insular and we look at what we have and what we don't have, and sometimes we get involved in those conversations. This was a highly sought after position. And what we learned through this process, this is a pretty darn good job. And so as we talked to our candidates, as we went through the process, the one thing that kept coming forward, every time I talked to someone about Jason Gardner, the word winner came up. Every level, winner. In fact, I told Jason, please stop having people call me, because they're all saying the same thing. He's a winner. So, you know what? It's with great pleasure that I introduce our next men's basketball coach, Jason Gardner, who is going to lead us to victories in the new Coliseum. Yes, you do need to get tickets. Yes, the students need to come out and we're going to make it a place where people won't want to come and play. So I give you Jason Gardner. There you go, see?
Hello, everybody. First off, I'd like to thank our Chancellor Bance for giving me this amazing opportunity. I'd like to thank our athletic director, Michael Moore, for believing in me, and to kind of also talk about, as far as what he just said, as far as winning, is that being a hometown guy, I'm from West Lane Middle School, went to West Lane Middle School, North Central High School, and I won at every level. So that's obviously what I want to bring to IUPUI. And when he said it's a great job, I think it's an unbelievable job. You know, I think that the academics are phenomenal here. You know, to be in this unbelievable building right here, as you see, that it's nothing. It's just growing, and so I think it's nothing but an amazing time to be here at IUPUI at this moment right now. So, but also too, I like to thank my family for you know, supporting me all the way through being a little kid, through tough times, great times. You know, my mother, who you know, who's been unbelievable, and you know, to just see how she worked as a mother from being a young kid, to my grandmother, who you know, I would have bring me Chick-fil-A for high school games, and would be upset that I'm calling her that I don't want to eat lunch. Also, too, you know, my sister, who's a big fan, as far as always just leaning on her for just all kind of different experience talks, late night talks. You know, I like to thank my brother, who's been a great big teacher of mine, who half the reason why I'm even playing this game, I'm probably sitting up at this podium, because when I was a kid, instead of going to the babysitter, my mother asked me, do I want to go to the babysitter or do I want to play basketball? So decided basketball. So that's probably why I'm here today. And also too, like to thank my kids, and I want my top recruiter, who is my wife, and I think she's you know, we've been together for a long time, since middle school, and so just but an unbelievable thing. But with all that said, is that my father, who's not here, you know, he was a state wrestling champ, and you know, biggest thing what he used to always tell me is that, you know, the two things is hard work, and you always have to be in shape. And you know, that's two things I'm definitely going to bring to the boys, is that those are the two things that you can always control, is your conditioning and your work ethic. But with all that said, is, you know, naming everybody that I'm up here with, is that it's a bond, it's a family. And I met with the boys this morning, and that's what I talked to them about, is that, you know, we're a family, we're a team, we're as one, we're a unit, and we go as one. It's not an individual. That's the great thing about basketball. It's a team. And so, and also too, you know, the biggest things is just, you know, is bringing a winning mentality, a worker's mentality, and you know, my goal is that, you know, one day to look up here, and there's going to be banners in that arena, and that's my ultimate goal. And you know, it is going to be hard work, and you know, nothing's easy. But I think that's kind of the way my life has been. You know, is that I always been kind of the smallest guy, and I always had to outwork people. And I think that that's what myself and my staff, and that's going to be our motto, is that we got to outwork people. And another thing is that we're going to live off, you know, the 50-50 ball, and that's you know, a big thing, is that because that's the hustle ball, and those are how you win close games. And other two guys that I did not mention is I want to thank Porter Moser, who gave me an opportunity to get in this business. And then I'd like to thank Josh Pashner, who's been a friend, a mentor, a great person throughout my whole path. And he's been phenomenal for me. And actually, where I got the 50-50 balls from him, and he preaches that, and that's what I believe in too, is that, you know, when you win the loose balls, those are the difference. Those are the difference between winning close games, winning championships, and that's my motto, is the 50-50 ball. So when you hear that, that's that's what our boys are going to bring is a 50-50 ball. So, I guess with that said, I'd like to thank everybody for coming out. I'd like to thank the support, and I want you to know that every time you look up, you're going to see IUPUI everywhere. You're going to see the staff. You're going to see our boys, and our goal is to bring the excitement, bring the energy. I'm fired up. I've been more fired up than I ever been before in my life. I'm excited about the opportunity, and again, I'd just like to thank everybody for coming out.
Okay, thank you guys again. Here we'll close out for the assembled media. Again, please work with Ed on coordinating some one-on-one interviews if you'd like with Coach. One of the great things about working at IUPUI is that we really feel we're a family. We've got a fairly small staff, so we're glad to welcome Jason and his family. We got some gifts for the kids, so we'll pull those out. We want them to feel good to be part of our family. I will admit some of the shirts might need to hold on for a couple of years. So we've tried to send the message this year via social media and the hashtag that I'm a Jaguar. So those are our T-shirts and sunglasses that you can wear proudly as we finally get to the summer, so you can let everybody know that you're a Jaguar too now. So thanks and welcome aboard. I'd like for the cheerleaders to come on up. I'd like to welcome Jeff Dean up. We're going to do some photography up here, some photo opportunities. Mascot, come on up, and then that'll wrap us up for today for the formal part of our announcement. Again, feel free to go to IUPUIJags.com to look at the recap and watch the video and sign up for tickets next year at the Coliseum. So you guys come on up around the stairs. I'll welcome the coach and Mike back up. Thank you guys very much for your support of IUPUI Athletics. You guys want to come up? Let me move this out of the way.
Come here, you gotta hurry up. You gotta hurry up. Remember that picture we took and got him at the end, coming to the stop to the side.
Oh, yeah.
But now he's doing the same thing. Yeah, everybody's touching it.
Yeah.